Okay, next game. King of the Fighters 94. This was one of those games I had to get. King of the Fighters 94 is probably one of the, how should I say, not the, it's my least favorite King of Fighters. But I do remember seeing this in the arcade when it first came out, and it kind of blew me away the way when a match starts, you just don't see the characters right away. It's like off screen somewhere else, and the action kind of flows right to the start of the match. The camera pans right to the start of the match. This is the Japanese version, and we have on the side here, let's get down, Team Battle System Action. It's a 196 meg game. Yeah, I think this is the cheapest of the King of the Fighters games. We have the cartridge. I have the cartridge here. Not bad. And the instruction booklet and it kind of threw me off when they started doing some of the Neo Geo games have this littler booklet. I wonder if that's because it has something to do with the Neo Geo CD, and they just are using the same manual for both. But yeah, we have just lots of moves. The thing I really don't like about this one is that, seeing as how it's the first King of the Fighters, it's 3-on-3 action. You have to choose your characters in teams of 3, and you can't choose your characters specifically. But that was rectified in the next installment, which I don't have. Actually, this tray here is kind of dented, but overall it's not that bad. But that's King of the Fighters 94. Alright, next game I have. It's King of the Fighters 96. And don't have King of the Fighters 95 yet. I might pick that up one day just so I can fill the gap. But again, this is the Japanese version. It says it's 362 megs. And this is one of the first cases I got that was in an alternate case. This is a much sturdier plastic case, and actually the latch flips open from the side and flips over. And we have the King of the Fighters 95 cartridge. It's got a few little scuffs on it, but overall it's not bad. I wonder what this warning says here. But no instruction manual. I like how it's got the logo in there, SNK embossed in the bottom. But King of the Fighters 96, very similar to the other King of the Fighters games. You could choose your own characters. Again, you could choose your own characters, but I haven't mentioned this yet, but I kind of don't like how much time the Neo Geo gives you to select your characters and such. And it's an even bigger problem in King of Fighters 96 because you have so many characters to choose from, and yet it gives you like 10 seconds to choose everybody. So it's almost ridiculous. Like, oh crap, where's my character? You can't just kind of leisurely scroll through the characters and choose which ones you want, because if you do that, it's just going to choose for you. It's kind of ridiculous. But overall, this is not a bad game to have. Next game, King of the Monsters. Now, when I first saw this in the arcades, I kind of mistook this for a one-on-one fighting game, and it kind of is, but it's actually a wrestling game with monsters. You have 6 monsters to choose from, and you basically fight it out in the city. And it's kind of funny because as you start fighting and the army comes out and tries to stop you guys, you're destroying buildings while you're throwing each other against, on the ground. You can't leave the city because there's like an electrical barrier that prevents you from leaving that acts as the ropes in the ring. It's actually really funny. And this is the US version, 55 megs. Yep. So we have that. This was one of those games I actually sought out and bought because I remember playing this in the arcade. I don't think I paid too much for this. The cartridge is a little bit scuffed. I do have the instruction manual for this. This is one of the very few cases I have that looks like that there's really no significant damage to it. There's a little dent up here. But here we have the manual. Let's see. I should probably read this sometime because I really have trouble playing this game. I just like to mash buttons, and when me and my friends were doing this, neither of us could pin each other. Or I take that back. We could pin each other, but we didn't know how to do any of the moves, and we would just wind up throwing each other on the ground, and then we'd try to pin each other, but then the other person would get right back up. Yeah, the matches could go for a long, long time. Actually, I take that back. I'm misremembering things. Actually, you can do one-on-one battles against another person, but then you also could do 2-on-2 battles where both the human players can play against the computer players, and you have 4 monsters battling it out in the city. Very fun game. So we'll move on. Alright, this is a game I got recently. League Bowling. This is the Japanese version. This has got to be one of the craziest artworks for a game I've ever seen. It's just crazy colors all over the place. Now this is just a bowling game, but I'm a sucker for these arcade style bowling games where it has like crazy animations and everything, and that's exactly what this has. This actually doesn't say how many megs it is, but I think on the American box it's only like 26 megs, which is like the smallest amount I've seen for a Neo Geo game so far. Yeah, again, if you saw my pickups video recently, cartridge is in great condition, the box is in great condition, the manual's in great condition. There's no sleeve for it though, I wonder. But yeah, this is just some quick instructions. You really don't even need the instructions for this game, or almost any game really, but for fighters you do need to know the special moves, but not for this game, because the game just tells you how to play it, and you can figure it out in like 3 minutes. The interesting thing about this game is that when 2 people bowl or 4 people bowl, you can bowl at the same time. So you're not waiting for other people to take their turns. It's actually like you're on a 2-lane bowling alley. And in my pickups video, I asked what this jack was. Well, I actually found this jack on another cartridge I have, and it's the American version, and it's actually a multi-cart link. So I guess you could link up multiple Neo Geos by hooking some kind of cable up to this and having some kind of, I don't know, ultra bowling tournament. Yeah, League Bowling, it's a fun game. It's, maybe not a must-have, but for me it was, because I actually used to play this in the arcade. Great game. Moving on. Next game, Magician Lord. This is, I believe, this was like a packing game for like the Neo Geo Gold system at one point, I think. This is a very common game. It's an interesting shooting side-scroller, but it's also very, very difficult. I mean, I was cheating in this game in the cheats, and I still almost couldn't make it to the end. This is the American version, 46 megs. The reason for that is because there are some really cheap levels in the game. In one level in particular, it took me forever. I was invincible, and I had the invincibility sheet on, and I could not get past this maze. You had to take a certain path, but also, not only were you stuck in the level getting attacked, there were these invincible spiders that would just come and just home right in on you if you weren't fast enough through the level. I could not imagine passing this game without cheating, but if the cartridge isn't in bad shape at all, hardly any scuffs. The holder though, this is in horrible condition, just bent and beaten. No instruction manual. But yeah, the first level of Magician Lord is really great. But after that, it just gets exceedingly difficult. Alright, it's Magician Lord.
Every time I meet a man, he's either gay or a bear.